Good morning. Well, it's morning for me. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but it is October 1st, 2021. And this video is the beginning of every day for this month at least that I'm going to vlog and take you along this journey of mine. So to start with, let me get comfy. To start with, it's been a year since I started this journey, and let me preface this. It's been a journey. April 22nd, 2021, my husband was given, he had a phone call from our landlord. We're renting a home here in Florida, wanting to buy eventually, but not, just taking our time. Well, on April 22nd, my husband had just signed a new lease, and 3 days prior, on the 19th of April, he signed a month-to-month instead of a year lease, and our rent went up $300 more a month with this new lease signing. And my husband and the landlord had discussed for a long time, like an hour and a half at length, that it would be in our best interest if we signed a month-to-month, and that would allow us more flexibility. We weren't stuck for a year if we happen to find a house. And well, 3 days later, on the 22nd of April, we were given an eviction notice that we had 60 days to move out. So this was all calculated and planned by this guy. But nonetheless, started a really bad 5 months for me. I've never been evicted before. I've never been told to get out before. And this was, so April 22nd, I approximately weighed 227 pounds. And as of yesterday, getting ready for October 1st, I was 265 pounds. So that's quite a bit of weight that I emotionally shoved down me in the last 5 months. And the stress of all of that, all my hair fell out. And yes, my hair is a different color. So we're in a process right now of removing all the color from my hair and getting it back to natural. So I'm a little Goldie Hawn-ish right now. But yes, this has been 5 months of a lot of stress. The good news is we did find a house, and in 68 days, it took an extra 8 days. We officially moved into our new home on July 1st. And is it my dream home? No, I would have picked something a lot newer and a little bit bigger, but is it exactly where I've dreamt of living since I was 9 years old? Yes. I have a fantastic view of the Intercoastal Waterway, which has been where I've wanted to live since I was 9, right on the Halifax River. And it's like perfect for us because I have a full dead-on view of the river from this exact spot, and I don't have to pay water rights, and I don't have to pay the higher taxes. It's like the perfect location with the maximum benefits for us. So anyways, that being said, a lot has happened in the last 5 months with all the stress, and I've gone through a lot. And I think one of the stories I want to share with you just happened last week, but this 5 months has been such a roller coaster ride and such an emotion, and it really brought out my addiction more in my face than ever before. I would find myself walking just to the kitchen and just feeding, and knowing what I was doing and still doing it, like it's hard to explain because it's hard to put into words what you're feeling, but you're feeling like you're being controlled, like you're a robot. Like, I don't give a flying leap, just go do it. Kind of like you've lost all, I don't want to say control, but I'm not in control and I just must eat. Now, how did I gain over 30 pounds in 5 months? I wasn't eating donuts and I wasn't eating bread every day and I wasn't, completely off keto. I was gaining weight on keto. And you can do that because it's a lot of calories and it's a lot of bulking foods. When you're not just eating once a day, you're eating 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day, and you're just continually feeding the beast. It is so doable. And did I have my off days? Yes. Did I keep my carbs to a minimum? Yes. Did I indulge? Yes. Am I coming clean? Absolutely. Because it's not, I don't feel guilt and I don't feel shame. It is what it is and it happened. And so that in itself, I take as a victory because I could be a lot worse if I was indulging in guilt and shame. Does that make sense? But it is what it is. It happened. And I made it through the other side. And thanks to Marlon, with Aloha Keto Group, today starts the October challenge, and Marlon and I and a few other people are doing the 68-4. So I fast for 3 days. I have a 4-hour eating window. I fast for 3 days. I have a 4-hour eating window. Now, I have not fasted since the end of my 40-day fast. I have tried. My body wouldn't allow it. And when I say my body wouldn't allow it, I had this horrible internal struggle. So let's move forward to what happened last week. I had a mommy in labor and it was patronal labor. So what does that mean? It is a total false labor, but it feels real. You're progressing, your contractions are intensifying, they're getting regular, but you're not dilating. You're just laboring. Well, she had a patronal labor, which was completely emotional. She birthed a huge ball of past trauma from her first birth at the hospital, which did not go anyway the way she wanted it. And when she did go into real labor, it was the most amazing thing. It was so textbook of how ideal home birth can be and how precious life really is. Sorry, it was a beautiful birth. However, during the patronal labor, she thought I should call the midwife. And so she called the midwife. She thought, I'm really dilating. This is going to happen soon. And the midwife came and checked her and she was dilated at a 2. She was 50% effaced and she just fell apart. That's right at that moment when she got super emotional, she birthed that trauma. She cried most of that day. And this was a week ago, Wednesday. So today's Friday, the 1st. This was, 9 days ago. But when I saw her on Friday, a week ago today, she was a completely different person. So much calmer, so much ready for the upcoming birth. It was beautiful. However, when I drove home on that Wednesday morning, I was going through the whole thing. How did I miss this? Did I get lazy in my energy testing? Why didn't I see this? Why did I catch this? And I heard, you have zero worth. You so have no worth. And I didn't take that in my abilities of what I do and who I am. I took that and I heard that as a person, as a human being. I have zero worth. And I just sat with that as I drove and I was really quiet about it. And the day before, as I was driving out to her house, I was listening to a talk on prayer. And he so described how I pray. Please do this and please do that. And I'm thankful for this and I'm thankful for that, but please do this. And I was praying, I've been praying for weeks. Please help me to have strength to overcome this weight issue. Please help me. And this guy talking was using a story and gave an example of how this guy used prayer, and it was, what can I do to be helpful? What can I do so that you can use me to better this situation? And so as I was driving to her house, I was changing up my prayer. What do I need to do in order to be able to release this weight? And so on my drive home, I hear, I have no worth. And as I was talking to my sister about this that night, it hit me. That was an answer to my prayer. I needed to see the issue that I am not seeing. And I'm not going to sit here and blame and be a victim in all this. I got the answer to my prayer. My issue, my core belief in this area is I have no worth as a human being. And I could see it. It's just like, pew, it just opened up, peeled open these other eyes that said, oh my gosh, you're right. I have no worth. So I have no compassion. I have no love towards me. I am the first to ridicule and beat up and really demolish all the good that I do, because deep down inside I have no worth. And so I'm taking this opportunity with this month's challenge to really focus on these emotions. And so this month's challenge, I'm going to take you through this month with me, and I'm going to tell you everything that I'm doing. So I'm doing the 68-4 fast all month. And then I've got to do my GKI. I know this is backwards for you, GKI, which is my glucose plus my ketones. And when you divide by 18 and then you divide that with the ketones, you get your GKI. And so I'm going to be doing that, the ratio of blood glucose to ketones. That is just a rule to be in the challenge. I hate poking my finger. It is so Western medicine for me. I hate it, but I'm going to do it because I want to show myself compassion through accountability. Compassion through accountability. Doing something you hate isn't uncompassion. It's actually being there for yourself, setting boundaries, and tough love, right? Okay. So then I'm also going to be taking Caralluma fimbriata. It's a supplement for emotional eaters. So I'm going to be taking that. It's Caralluma fimbriata, Fimbriata. And when it arrives, it'll arrive tomorrow night. So probably on the 3rd of October, I'll show you the bottle. I'm also ordering some more green tea extract, the EGCG, to help with breaking down my fat cells. It's gonna help break those down so that when I do lose weight, it's not so easy to gain the weight back. Because as I lose weight, my fat cells don't shrink. They're just sitting there waiting. We got you, girl. As soon as you need to be fat again, we're right here. So the EGCG helps reduce those and shrink those. And then I'm going to be taking a probiotic and enzymes to help with my gut health. Because gut health is really key to getting rid of those sugar cravings. Then also, I think in answer to my prayer, I've come across a lot of sayings, and I'm going to actually write them down, and I'm going to try to focus on those sayings one a day and talk about my emotions behind it and how to heal that emotion. This is really hard for me. I don't want to do this. This is really real for me. I hate feeling like a failure. I felt like I failed that mom. I feel like I failed myself. And in a lot of ways, I feel like I failed you. But as my new header on my personal Facebook page shows, I struggle all the time. But the one thing you cannot say to me is that I'm a quitter. I am so not a quitter. So I haven't failed anything, because you only fail when you give up. And I have not given up, and I will never give up. So why do this? I'm doing this, one, because I want to heal. I don't care about my body size. I want to heal. I want to have the optimum health to live life to the fullest, to be able to always be in good health and good strength for my clients, because I love my clients. I love what I do. And I want to have a good, long, healthy life and a healthy relationship with my husband, with my family, and with food. And that's why I'm doing it. I want you to know, whoever you are, that I'm doing this for you as well. I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody that says, Trish, I'm going to take you by the hand and I'm going to show you how to do this. And I'm not going to charge you a cent. I'm going to do this because I love you and I want you to see that there's compassion for you. Okay, so I don't have that. But there's a reason why I don't have that. I don't have that because I need to develop that within myself. And that is very powerful right there. That you can do this. You don't need me. But anyways, you have me. And if you need somebody to hold your hand and have your back, I am there. Write questions in the comments and I will do my best to address those. But this is gonna be a hell of a ride still. And it's going to be raw. And it's going to be real. And I'm going to share with you what I'm overcoming, what is hitting me in the face, and I'm going to tell you about these products that I'm using and how well they work or how well they don't work. So ProVitalize, women, don't buy ProVitalize. I think it's all hype and very little deliver. So just know, ProVitalize, I didn't like it, don't get it. It's just, I might get smacked by somebody. I don't care. But for me, I didn't like it. Okay, so this is October 1st. Welcome to the show. I love you all dearly, and I love me. And we're going to do this for ourselves. I'm going to do this for me. And I'm going to make it as real as possible. But no, this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, is share my internal struggles and be vulnerable and really show my weaknesses, because I really am ready to heal and move forward. And with you, all things are possible, right? And with God. God bless us all. This is going to be a great journey, and I'll see you tomorrow.